Nobody ever teaches us how to grow up, or the thing, some things may be written or maybe said about what we should do or what we shouldn't do. Whether you are below your 20s, above your 20s, or in your teenage years, your young adult years, your late adult years, doesn't matter the age. You can't help it, even though, let's say, there are some instructions or there are some things that are already written to you. Sometimes you can't help but to feel lost or alone. One thing that constantly happens to me is, although I may be surrounded with people, constant support from people, from I believe in God, sometimes I can't also help it but to feel alone, to feel lost, the direction that I should go in life. I don't know what I should do or what I shouldn't do. And this I say not from a perspective of I just woke up and then I'm trying to, or I'm feeling this way. It comes from certain pursuits that maybe I tried and I didn't succeed. And I believe this channel that I'm making right now is, I don't even know, my fourth, my fifth, maybe my sixth, I don't know. And the previous ones that I've been pouring out, or the things that I loved to do previously, for example, I used to do graphic design. I used to do also video editing or cinematic videos, I would say. But it didn't work out, And for the longest time, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew, okay, this is what I wanted to do. For example, the cinematic videos. I knew this is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to pursue in life. But as time went on, I think one day it dawned on me when I was going into the shower. And because I wasn't having any good results. And it dawned on me this might actually not be the career path that works out for me. And at that moment, I don't know, I think my brain was still in shock. And then once that thought settled in, that's when I started again feeling lost. Like, I don't know what to do. I have people around me. Some may know what to do. Some may know what they want to be, what they will turn out, or they believe in such. But it is really hard when you feel you don't have a sense of direction, And that is what is happening to me currently. So that for me was one of the hardest feelings, or something that I've had to go through a long period of time to be surrounded with people, but feeling alone, And for the longest time, it has been sort of like that, even with friends, with family. I may tell people superficially what is going on, but it is hard, or I feel as if it would be hard to make people understand that. So if you also feel this way, I'm really sorry. And one of the things that has been helping, at least for me, it is prayer, I would say also reading the Bible. And trusting more in God for my future. I think that is one of the things that I can say it takes some of the pressure away. And it doesn't help, especially in the age we live in. For example, in this new age of social media, this new age of everywhere you go, you see people succeeding, even if it's not really true. That is how they portray it on social media. That is how you see even people your age. Like, for example, you see, let's say you're 19 and you see this 20-year-old multi-millionaire. And when you watch his videos or when you see his lifestyle, you're like, how did this happen? taking in consideration that you are also, for example, his age. Or was I supposed to start investing at 10, at 9, at 13? So social media also imposes on us this crazy expectation of life, and I think that is one of the reasons that at least many people today may feel in such a way. And another thing that I believe it doesn't help, or it can be a big load, or at times can feel a burden, even if it's not supposed to be a burden, is the expectation of peers and family or relatives upon our lives. And it can get more pressuring and a heavier load to carry when the expectation that they have upon you is high, and you see that the results your life is bearing is quite low. It doesn't match those expectations. I'm not saying that expectations are bad. No, far from the contrary. For example, if I had a son or if you had a daughter, I believe you would, as a good parent, you would want the best for their lives, therefore expecting high things in their future. But at the same time, those expectations, if left, for example, unchecked, or lack of communication or conversation, things as such, can leave the other person feeling burdensome when he fails to attain or achieve those things, especially if we attach those things with value or with worth. For example, if the person doesn't achieve that, then their worth is not the same. So I think one of the things that also can help is the distancing or the separation of these two things, expectation and the worth, I can say, of a person. So yeah, I made this video in particular not only to to ask for your input, but to also say to anyone who is in this current position as I am, to also serve as a medium of expressing that you're not alone in this feeling, and be a way to encourage not only myself, but to encourage you also not to give up, but to persevere. And I believe that if we do so, if we do not give up on doing good, then we will reap.